Hello everyone, welcome back to Making Richie Rich. So today's video is going to be about a wee strategy I've been trying, and I've been testing for a while, and I want to come on and just try and do some live results, see how it goes. So what I'll be doing is I'll be placing a pound today. I have to use markets, so it's not really Betfair trading, but it can apply. So what we're going to do, we're going to see if the strategy works over the course of the day. What I'll do is I'll jump in and out of each trade when I get on, show you what I'm doing, and then at the end of the day, show what the results are. Okay, so let's see if we can make Richie rich. Okay, welcome back. Thanks for that. So the strategy I'm going to be trying today is one I've been looking at. It's called lay the fourth favourite in horse racing. So as you can see, I've literally just placed a trade there, which is just one. I led the fourth favourite 1 minute before the off for £1, which is what I'm going to be doing today. And then what happens is my plan is to use recovery for any time there's a loss. So if that comes up, I'll show you exactly what I'm doing. So we're going to move over on to the next race here, which is the 13-15 of Fowl. Now, I've been testing this mainly in the UK. But today I'm just going to get on whatever the races that are that sort of meet my criteria. The criteria that I use is between the fourth favourite with a max odds of 14. Okay, you can scale that down if you're not comfortable going up to 14 or not. Choice is yours. It's just what I've done. I have back tested this using software free Betfair training community. If you were just simply laying the fourth favourite, you would not win money. You would lose overall. But if you use recovery, then it can be profitable. The most that I noticed was, even in all my back testing on my own bot, was that the fourth favourite only ever lost twice in a row. So if you have enough bankroll to cover that, then you're fine, okay? So, for example, if it comes up, we'll go into this race. We've got 1 more minute to go before the off. For bankroll, you need to work out your max odds. So if you have a max odds of, say, 14, what I'll do, I'll wait for this race to go. I'm going to go place my trade, okay? So I'll get one up, for example. If you're doing max odds of 14 and you're using £1, you would have a liability of £13, okay? I'm going to see if I can move this screen over. Yeah, there you go. So you can see. Okay. You would have a max liability of, nope, still not showing. There we go. Okay, a max liability of £13. If you lost, you would lose £13. You want to recover that in the next one. So 13 in there at odds of 14. You would need a bankroll of £169 there. That's your liability to try and recover that. Risky, yes, I know, but you can have that. So, for example, instead of going 13, you could go £6.50, and you don't need an £84 liability. Better with a bigger bankroll, but you can scale this. So you can start off at 10p and build it up, whatever. Maybe that's not profitable for some people, but hopefully at the end of the day, you can see the kind of results I was getting, okay? There's a few other strategies I'm going to try regarding this, and people can decide what's for them, okay? So we'll come back in a few wee minutes when we see this race. Also, just to note, when I was doing the back testing, it showed that there was less losses, overall loss on the strategy, on the software, sorry. There's less losses when you entered 1 minute before the race starts. It's just when you get closer to the race starts, you can see the odds bounce around a lot more. So it maybe gives an idea of maybe who's, going to be in better position to win the race. For me, I think a lot of this is just a gamble. I don't know how accurate these odds are at times, because I've seen the favourite at like 1.5 lose. And I've seen the favourite, at 6, odds of 6, and win. So I don't know much about horse racing, I don't know how it all works, but for me, it's just, I just go with what works. And if it's working, just let it work. I try not to read into the race, because sometimes I've seen, like, this is a huge race. Sometimes I've seen the fourth favourite win in a huge race. I've seen the fourth favourite lose in a race of 6 where they're really close odds. So I tried to find, even in when I was looking at it, some kind of common denominator, and I'm sure there's people out there better than this than me, so maybe they can advise. But I couldn't see a kind of pattern anywhere that was like standing out to say, well, maybe I should leave this race out or I should leave that race in. It's just going to be down to luck. Even at that, a horse can be coming into the race in great form, still lose. It's like football. You could have won 6-0 in your previous match. You should be going out to duff this team at the bottom of the league, and you don't. You end up drawing or getting beat. It's just who turns up on the day kind of thing. So I stick to a rule that you set, strategy, enter an exit point. Some people, you may want to try and trade out early in this, which is fine if you can do, and save money. But I've literally seen my fourth favourite coming in at the start and looks like it's going to win, and then right at the post, somebody overtaking it. And you'd be kicking yourself because you traded out at a loss. So look, find what works for you. This is just what I'm doing, and I am no expert. There's plenty of people out there who've been trading longer for me. I'm just trying to find an edge in the market, something that will work, and hopefully share it with people, okay? So we'll come back in and we'll see how this retrade done in a few moments. Okay, so that last race is still ongoing, and I'm going to enter the trade here. Let me see, the fourth favourite is Pedro the Bear. I'm going to put £1 on there. Okay. That there, the foul race is currently still going. I think it's South Africa, if I'm right. So sometimes there's a bit of delay in those. Generally, I've just been doing this in the UK as well. I have my bot testing non-UK. What I'll do is I'll get my bot over in a few moments just to show how it's been doing. And we'll see where we're at. So Pedro the Bear, come on Pedro. We want you to lose. Okay, so there we go. A nice wee one there. Also, Pedro the Bear did not win that, and Highborn Lady did not win the race. So there you go. Nice £2 profit. Woohoo, off to a great start. That's what you want. Right, so what I'm going to do is going to bring over my bot here. This is some of the testing I've been doing and some of the strategies. So horses, lay the fourth favourite, non-UK in Ireland, 210 races, 89% strike rate. So out of 210 races, 186 times the trade won. So the horse lost 186 times out of 210. That's outside the UK, okay? I had to restart this one for the UK. So it's been over the last 2 days. As you can see, 5 times in the last sort of 2 days. This is one. Get that up there. So they're all £1 stakes. And you can see just by scrolling down there, that's it working, okay? As you can see, so I have my bot set up for recovery, so lost £9.50 and recovered. Ideally, I would want that recovered straight away, because you run the risk of getting the loss. But quite often with a fourth favourite, you can go on a long win streak, but you can also have 2 in a row. And then, I've seen it where it's been 2 in a row, win 2 and then lose again, and then go on along. I've also been doing it on Lady Dogs. As you can see, a big loss there, £55. Hopefully that recovers pretty soon. But just these are the things I'm testing. But so far, Lady Fourth has been the most appealing to me. There's less losses and a higher chance of recovery. I know a lot of people say not to use recovery, but I think when you've something like this kind of strike rate, I think it's possible. So this is the whole point of this video. I'm going to do it today manually on Smarkets, and we'll see it in action and see if it can work for people. Okay, so you can see in this race we've got, what's that, seven horses. The odds do not meet their criteria. It's too high. So first, second, and third there, and you wouldn't touch these with a barge pole. So that's we'd miss that match, that race. So that's the 13:30 at Yarmouth. We will not be getting on that. So I'll skip over the 13:40. And you can see already there's potential there for the fourth favourite. It's around odds of 9.4 again. At the moment it's 13:26. So it's a 13:40. So I'll be getting on that at 13:39. Okay, 1 minute before the off. So we'll come back whenever that happens and we'll get on it and see how we do. I'm going to refresh there. So I've still got one that needs to settle. And my dog's going crazy. Okay, so it's back in. Just about to place this next trade on Dark Moselle. Who knows? So get on that at £1, 8.6, and we're matched up. I'll just bring it over here just to show sort of where we're at for today. So already today is £4.5, and the trades go to settle bets there. Yeah, £4.5. 4 bets, 4-1. So fingers crossed we have a nice long winning streak today. I actually want a few losing streaks just so I can show how it works. I always like to try to think of the worst case scenario, which we kind of have to in this kind of game to protect our bankroll. Okay, so fingers crossed. So on to the next one. We'll see how we do. Okay, so I forgot to hit record there. So as you can see, on the 13:45 here at Fal, and I jumped on Miss Elegance. I got Miss Elegance at 9.2, and the odds are going up there, 9.8 or 9.4, 9.6. So not a bad price. So fingers crossed, and we'll come back when we get a wee win there. Okay. How do we do it? The Haddock one, has it won off yet? Yes, I think we won there. Oh no, I got a loss. My first loss. So there you go. What I'll do is on the next trade then show you how I would use recovery here to get that back. Okay, so I actually had another loss in between. So if we have a wee look here, I'm actually minus £12.11 for today. So 2 losses, pretty much back to back now there it was. So I've already got in on this trade on Berkshire Breeze of 12 with a liability of £78. So fingers crossed, or I will cry. Because this will be the worst start to test I've ever done. I thought the tennis one was bad the other day, but what I might do is see if we can get it up and watch this race. Live stream.
In the blue and white colours, Moody's, David Egan, being led forward into the 12 box. So loading underway for the 2 o'clock. Any more bets?
We'll bring this over and drop her in there. Hopefully everybody can see that. And I'll come back when the race is about to kick off. Okay, so we're off. As you can see, the green numbers are bouncing around here. We want Berkshire Breeze's number to keep rising. If we hit the trade out button, I can see I could trade out now and try and get more money. Just cut my losses at £5 or £6.
Going down the back straight in the quinbet.com maiden, mile and a quarter left to run.
Well, let's get the race up.
Towards the outside. That is weight to excel.
Okay.
Just behind these, on the heels of the leaders, Naval College, the first of Her Majesty's runners. That's running third towards the inside. Then towards the outside, and the white cap we've got.
Come on, keep her. Come on. And make sure your day a bit more interesting when you can sit and watch the racing as well and root for your horse not to win. But Berkshire Breeze, just clear away, please. Just keep falling away to the back there. Do me a favour and let me prove that recovery can work. If not, I'll cry. I'll post the video because, you know, I like to keep it real. And I'll just take my loss on the chin and look at this a bit fuller. But
in third place is Naval College.
Come on.
On the outside is Oh So Audacious. The grey on the inside and the red colours, that's Berkshire Breeze. The yellow colours of Sugan. The blue and white colours of Moonis track this
and Berkshire Breeze's price is starting to come in. No, go away. Oh, yes, there we go. Nice and high. Keep them up high.
And then comes General Idea. They're very well strung out as they come down now with 3.5 left to run.
I also find when you're watching the racing here is far behind what the odds are actually showing.
of the chasing group. Then comes Naval College in third, gets a wake-up call. Towards the outside is the great Berkshire Breeze. Under pressure is Sue Gant.
Oh, jeez, come on. Oh, happy days. Come on. Come on.
On the far side, Baltic Bird leads by two.
So if I click on trade out, we can see what kind of price we'll be getting there. £11.31. So you can just cash out, not risk it.
But at the moment, it's Baltic Bird who has flown clear. The bird is coming.
So there we go. Nice win. Got it full recovery back, and then we can continue on. So hopefully I don't get too many more scares like that today. And it's a nice smooth sailings for the rest of the day. So I'll be back in a second. And there we have it. We have another loss. So today has started off pretty poor. 3 losses at the very start of the day is typical for whenever you go live. I think I should just go, I say live, I should start recording what I'm doing. Because anytime I seem to start recording something, I seem to get losses. So maybe when I start recording, I should start backing them instead. So that was £22 loss there on scholarship. Trying to recover £1 is all I needed to recover, and now I have to recover 22. So we'll come back and we'll see how we do on the next one. Okay, so this is a perfect example. I've been testing this for so long in low stakes, and when it starts getting real, it's the perfect example of how your heart's different, because technically I should be putting £20 on here to recover on Bailey's Derby Day, but I'm already at £74 liability, and the fear of putting £20 on that and losing £140, it's scary, and I didn't do it. And either I'll regret that decision or not. Even though I had the bankroll to do it, it still was a fear that I had and didn't want to do it. So hopefully I'll recover £10 here and recover £10 the next one. Fingers crossed. So we're watching here and see if it wins.
In second position, Bailey's Derby Day, these two, followed then by Watts, the Wi-Fi Code, Sheepskin, Cheap Pieces in third. Then True Courage at the inside in fourth, Richard Kingsford after getting away from the gates quite quickly.
Again, just to point out, like, this race has what, 5 horses in it. The last one had something like 15 or 20, and the 4th favourite won it, but you could easily not win this. So I don't know if there's any people out there who know stuff more than what I'm talking about in this video. Please leave a comment below, let me know how I can maybe finer tune this strategy. There we go, that's the numbers I want to see there. 15. Should have traded out, take the £4.91.
Covered up on the rail, True Courage, the blue cap, still travels nicely, followed then on the outside by What's the Wi-Fi Code, and Dragons Will Rise is still at the rear of the field.
Here we go.
As they make
Come
their
on.
way down inside the final half mile, and it's Shake a Leg, who's still out in front by about 3/4 of a length.
I remember doing Lay, the 3rd favourite, and I got terrible results in it and had 5 losses in a row. I did a previous video where I talked about that, and then changed over onto Lay, the 4th. So, but the way things are going, looks like that's gonna screw me over. Okay, it is. Is it going to? No. Come on, what's the Wi-Fi code? Shake a leg, come on, shake a leg.
Dragons Will Rise continues to stay on over on that far rail. And then the side,
come on, who we got?
Courage has folded up insipidly as they race up towards the line. It's Shake a Leg problem throughout. Who's going to hang on? Shake a Leg.
Yes. Thank you, Shake a Leg. Thank you. Oh, this isn't worth it. See, when the bot does it, I don't have to care. I just let the bot work away and I just see the results. This here, doing it manually is kind of heartbreaking. All right, well, we'll check back in a few minutes to see how we're getting on. All right, everybody. So we're back in just to show where I'm at with my loss recovery here. £5.80. And we're currently on Bull and Joan for £5. Just a few of those races there were quite high odds, and I wasn't comfortable putting big money on like 14. So I'm going to risk £32 here. So £5 on Bull and Joan, and that will recover me, and we'll see how we get on. So I'll see you in a bit. And had an absolute mare today because Bowling Joan just won and lost me £32.99 just as I was about to finish recovery. I think I'm going to have to readdress this, or it's just going to be one of those days where I knew I was going live and yeah, not good. Not good at all. So we'll see how I'll keep going and try it out and see how we go. So on to the next one. Okay, so as you see with Layla Fourth there, I managed a couple of losses and recoveries, but that's me back on par. 24 wins with £24, which is how my recovery should be working, out of 30 trades today. So we'll keep going. The next race here is the 1740 at Sandown. So I've got another 8 minutes before the off, and it looks like I will be going. It's a pretty tight race, which I think that's what you sort of want, because I mean it's going to be competitive, but we'll see. So at the moment I'm looking at Econex. I don't even know if that's the right word name, the way you say that. So hopefully we'll get on that next, and we'll get a couple of good more trades going. We'll see how we end up at the end of today.
Awkward and slow start. Okay, we can't stop.
Okay, so that's us off. Econex or Econex.
Search is the first one to show.
Come on.
Makes a length out of the field there from Forge Valley lad who's handy.
So we'll check back in a few seconds and see how this is getting on. So we came back in towards the end of this race. Let's see how we're getting on.
It's the Whipmaster, and he in turn is followed by Grey Fox starting to thunder.
Yes, come on, get those odds up. Yes, that's what we want to see. Come on. Yes, lovely. Lovely.
Now length and a half, now 2 from
And we'll take that.
the progress from Grey Fox and the others. Eaton Blue from the back. It's Dennis who's running on well, but the Whipmasters.
So happy days. Great win, another win. So we'll get on a few more trades. I'll not bore you with too many. Just want to show you exactly me doing it live and what happens. I'll go over here and just do a quick check, show the profit. These are all £1 stakes. So, and I'm sitting doing it manually to show you. I also have a bot running as well that's doing them, which probably be more advisable. You want to sit and do this all day, unless you've got nothing to do, like me. So, okay, we'll be back in a few seconds. So this is the kind of races you want to see. When the one you get on is just so far behind, it's ridiculous. There we go. Lighthouse Lady, 130, and has no hope of winning this one. So that's what you want. And the big chap's away. So again, doing well. We've got 14 more races left today, 13 more races. So I plan to get on them all as long as the criteria meets, and see how we're getting on. So currently, there we go, 26 races. Yep, £27. I don't know how I've ended up with £1. Oh, I put £2 on the last one by mistake. So going well so far after a very dodgy start. Let's keep cracking on. I'll see you in a couple more races. So I've jumped in on this race here, and it was very tight from the start. Look at those odds, were all even tight. Romantic Star is dropped the way down, which is good for me, but just wanted to show one of these races. So I'll come back and let you know how this gets on, this nice tight race. How long is this race? 2 miles, 3 furlongs, so good long race. So fingers crossed Romantic Star falls away to the back. So we're just going to come back in towards the end of this race, and thankfully my horse fell away to the back. It was a nice tight race, which is, I don't know if it's good or bad. Sometimes you just can't tell with horses. So, but again, another great win to add to today. I think there's probably about 4 or 5 more races, so I'll get on a few of those and then show my final results. See you soon. Okay, welcome back. I say welcome back. It's only been a few seconds, I suppose, for you. That's me at the end of today's trading. There's a couple more races left today, but the odds are all outside the criteria that I'm looking for. So I only go as high as odds of 14. So what I'll do is we'll have a look at our results. So as you can see, today there was 38 bets placed, 32 won, 6 lost. I had that quite fright at the start. I thought it was going to be one of those days where all my back testing and everything I've been looking at just wasn't going to work. And thankfully it did. So I actually put £2 on instead of £1 on one of the races. So hence why I'm up £1 more. I don't know where the 29p came from. I'll have to go back and find that all out. But still, as you can see, this is my lay the fourth strategy. In back testing, it's been working fine for me. The most, as I said before, was 2 losses in a row. Obviously, that can change. It's about making sure you have enough of a bankroll to do it. Today, I was only doing £1 stakes. I also have it running over on my bot here, so we'll get it up. So I'm actually laying the 4th favourite non-UK in Ireland. So it's on separate. Laying the 4th favourite UK in Ireland. So I started that bot. I restarted it yesterday. So I think that's for the 2 days, maybe 2.5 days. And that's what it's currently on. And then I'm also testing it on dogs. There's a lot more greyhound racing. And at the moment, I'm very impressed with the greyhound racing. That's something I'm going to look into more. But as you can see, this is the results. This is the strike rate I'm currently getting. With the dogs, 303 races, 261 times it's won. Well, the 4th favourite dog hasn't won, I should say. So 86% strike rate, and that's using recovery. A lot of people don't like using recovery, but if you do the maths and work it out to what you're willing to do and set your liability, you have to work that out yourself, and what your bankroll is different for everyone. These are working on £1 stakes. If I go over here, so stakes are £1, as you can see, and it's currently there's some of the loss there. It quickly recovered straight away in the next one. So we'll have a wee look in here. So lost there, recovered, and over here it's been a long time. And here, look how long this has went without a loss. So it's been going well. So thanks for watching. Hopefully this is something people might be interested in. If it is, or if you have any comments about it, let me know. I'm very interested to hear what people think. If there's something you think I'm overlooking, that I'm maybe blind because I'm new and thinking this is great and working, shout at me, tell me what I'm doing wrong. If not, I hope this is a great strategy that maybe a few people can help me develop, or we can all develop and make it a bit better. As I said, my only criteria so far it's the 4th favourite, and it's between maximum odds of 14. And other than that, I have no other criteria to limit what races I get on or don't get on. So yeah, that's great, and I'll see you soon. Bye.